Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play Elex. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we left off in Abasa. We have just been looting this place basically, and we got a lot of cool stuff in here, but we didn't get all of it yet. So, Falk, come on. Stop this shenanigans. You should follow me.
Follow me.
Okay.
Okay, Falk has joined me. We've been pickpocketing, we've been looting. Very good loot which I have found is, for example, a necklace of the scientist, which gives us crafting +2 for, well, there's always those skill checks. If I need a crafting skill check that high, I will be able to just equip this one. We're currently wearing the Adventurer. I don't like the Adventurer as a basic. I would like the Charisma as a basic. Missions give me more experience. That's always a nice thing. So let's continue downwards here. So this area is pretty big. I've not talked to Mr. Bossman yet. Maybe I should before I ruin the quest lines everywhere. High fragmentation rockets. Don't mind if I do. High fragmentation grenades. Aye, 4 of them. Okay. Ah! Dude. Don't. I think I might want to actually talk to Mr. Bossman. But first I'm gonna pickpocket from everybody who was around here. What are these things? Cleric.
Sneaking around while other people are watching you is pretty pointless.
Is it though?
Crazy or is art?
Got it.
Nice, another 50 Elex. Hi, mechanic.
Got it.
Ah, nice. I'll probably want to loot Vivian as well.
Got it.
Nice. 150 bucks. Cool stuff. The best.
Got it.
Do you think you're invisible or something?
No, I feel invisible right now.
Damn.
Of course. The one person that I don't quick save in front of. Should've learned my lesson. You're still gonna... I don't know which one.
Too many dead already. No, I better not.
That one was a 10-F. So it's this one.
Nobody even listens there. That's the problem. Got it.
I didn't want that water bottle. It doesn't matter now.
He's been bothering me with that for days now.
Got it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sneak. That was an honest mistake.
Damn.
Get that thing!
An honest mistake. I didn't mean to get caught. I didn't mean to.
It's sneaking, okay?
Sorry, Vivian. You have good loot around here? Some loot? It's a huge weapon up there. It's a nice crafting table. I think I already created the skill point. So right now there is not particularly much Elex for us, is there? No, we only have 2 natural Elex. Could create healing potions out of wine. Oh, I drank all that wine. Or out of small ones. Small mana, nah. Mighty healing potions. Out of large healing potions and natural Elex. Do not even joke about that. No way in hell. No, those don't seem worth. I don't have that much wine. Wine or water bottle and small healing herb. I'll create 7 of those. Okay, let's not drink wine from now on.
rumors were true.
Is it what you
Vivian,
wanted?
what do you have to say?
What is it you want?
Who are you?
You first. Come on. Who are you? There is something that is familiar about you, but I can't quite place it. No matter, I suppose. All people are welcome in Abessa, as long as they are prepared to forget their past. Even elves are allowed in here. I think elves would be perfect people if they weren't so emotionless. But then, that is why they are the only faction I have never belonged to.
What do you mean? You mean you want to become an alb? How did you end up with the clerics?
How did you end up with the clerics?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course.
My personal quest is to discover more about Magalan and the people who live here. I would like to know more.
There. Shall I tell you then?
Yes.
Let me think about it.
Yes, please. Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right. I'll give you the full version. Well, the short version of the full version.
What?
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, I grew up in Goliath in Edan. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, Jar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled. I still don't know what they did, even today. I hate the Berserker laws. Nothing against the Berserkers. They're just people. It's the laws I hate.
What is wrong with her
I think what the
eyebrows?
Berserkers want to do with Magalan is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told what had happened? I swore never to return, and I haven't set foot in Edan again.
Where did you go?
Wherever I needed to survive. That meant running from reavers and wild animals. It didn't take long for some reavers to take me captive. And then... I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky, though. After several years, the reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws, and they took me back to Tavar. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Edan, but there wasn't the same raptor shit. The laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
And why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Because the reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off there. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things. Trusted. Part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect. But outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do.
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
Yep. I'm extremely good with
I
technology.
know enough to work on mechs.
You do? Maybe we could take you on in a permanent position here in the city.
Do you think they would employ me?
That's true.
Ooh.
Alois has security concerns about taking anyone who's not been in the city long enough. So, yeah, maybe I should look for someone else. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help.
Ooh.
I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me?
Yep.
I'd pay you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job. Oh, and I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ anyone who might still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
About the candidates for technician,
Yes?
Ugh.
tell me about Naira.
Naira is an Alb separatist, so a bit of a long shot for loyalty. But she should have the technical ability we need. She's somewhere in the west of the city with the other separatists in the slums.
The slums.
You want to employ a separatist as a technician?
We need someone, and I don't think your faction always says who you are. Albs are usually very good with technology, but you're right. I don't know if we can trust her.
Tell me
Daryl.
about Daryl.
Daryl is an outlaw.
Knows
He's applied
crossbows.
to be a technician, but I don't know why. So I want to know his motives and what his technical experience is. I'm hoping you can get that information. If he's skilled and trustworthy, then employing him might show that we do trust outlaws here. But I don't know that much about him. I don't even know where to find him.
What do you know about Rorik?
Rorik is a berserker. I think I last saw him somewhere around Vito's pub. It might seem weird to consider a berserker, but I was one once. And I know Rorik used to work extracting Elex from machines in Goliath, so he knows about technology. And I think I could teach him everything else that he needs to know. And it would show that we were reaching out to the berserkers who have come to the Dome City. Their magic is very powerful, and they're strong warriors. We will need their help if the Albs attack us from Zakor. But it'll be important to find out if he's prepared to have anything to do with technology before we think of offering him the job.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
You say it's a solution, but I think it will make things worse.
What's in here? Nothing.
You've got to sit down and ask, what am I doing?
Anyone else? Anyone else around here? Just chickens. Chickens are fine. We can't go past there because that is... Ooh. City guards.
Got it.
Thanks for the bucks. I'd like to destroy those cleaning bots, you know that.
Hey, you.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently,
Yeah.
right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on out there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine. So they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people.
Who would put a
The
zipper like
clerics and
that on a
everyone say
freaking
we've
shirt?
strayed. I
Who
say
the
we
heck?
found the true path.
Why? I don't see a single reason why the zipper has to be in that shape. And I'm thinking,
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it, then we built it together. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
hi Eric, I'm Eric. Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignadon?
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Igniton?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Horde with a shield like this. Besides, The cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
I have a forged ID for you.
Are you trying to get me angry? Let me guess. Gregor, the Dome Guard, sent you. I told him 1,000 times I'm not responsible for these things. Alois is the city's supervisor. You should report such matters to him. Go on, go and play Gregor's messenger boy.
Huh. He didn't like that. You took a side in the Abessa conflict. Yep, I did. I took the side of the clerics. Tell me what to do again. Tell me what to do again, and you're dead. I will take the ID to Alois.
I will take the ID to Alois.
Ah, no, it's all right. It's all right. Just give it here. I'll take care of it. Shit, I'm sorry I bit your head off. It's just I've got enough to deal with without getting bogged down in the petty stuff. But Gregor keeps sending me every task he comes across. If there's trouble with the generators or the dome, then I'm your man. I have enough to deal with without counterfeit passes or toilet breaks for guards or shortages of hinges in the West Quarter. Still, that's not your problem. Thank you for bringing me the pass. Please take your reward for honorable service to the dome. I'll check to see who this ID was customized for. Then a suggester can take care of the rest. Deceit like this can only lead us to uncovering a greater lie.
Okay. Like the clerics. Counterfeit papers.
Can this dome survive an Albatech?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Unfortunately, achieving that isn't so easy. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
Malfunctioning energy regulator. I can repair this stuff.
I can repair the energy regulators for you.
Thanks for the offer, but that's not necessary. I've already repaired the components. They just haven't all been installed yet.
About the broken
About
regulators.
the broken energy regulators.
What will happen if they aren't repaired? I will help you.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it?
Yep.
So, let's find out who you are. You should go to Ignadon one day. You could be a good cleric. Yeah, I know, I left Ignadon behind, but they could offer you better training than I could. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Okay. I'll also speak to Alois. I want to be a cleric. By now I want to be a cleric. So let's find out who makes me a cleric. It's not you, apparently.
Yes? Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
I can imagine.
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the Albs. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried, yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background, however hard our residents make it for us.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Why have things become so bad?
Yes, a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we'd face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Is there something I can help you with?
Is there something I can help you with?
If you want to help, there is something that has to be taken care of quickly. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
Bring it to you, but I could use weapons.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Didn't I just ask
Keeping
that?
the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft-mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving them. Particularly when it comes to outlaws. Are you going to show me that you are the exception?
I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of that problem for you.
Good. Very well then. Your target is a woman. Her name is Paige. Get her talking and hope that she brings you in on her plan. Take these shards. You may need them to buy yourself some trust. You'll have to find Paige yourself. She's a slippery customer, and we've lost track of her.
Contact? Is there something I should know about her?
Apart from the fact that she's one of the outlaws, no. As soon as you get those weapons, or any information, just make sure you bring them to me.
Huh, intriguing. The outlaws are not gonna be happy that I well, snitched on Cooper. So that's gonna be, that might be problematic enough to have me regret it severely.
Why even waste time thinking about it?
He's been chewing on that thing for
Are
days.
you...
I think you can just leave it like
Are you literally kidding me? She's right here.
I don't know. What have you heard? Because I haven't heard anything.
If even half of that is true.
I told him he can forget about that.
The valuable thing would be a note.
I think you can just leave it like that.
You need a break every once in a while if you're going to stay sane. One?
Sure, okay.
There have been so many patrols that got themselves in trouble recently. It's a wonder any of them are still standing.
him. What an idiot.
Paige,
Nothing is free in life.
what kind of equipment do you have?
He's been chewing on that thing for days.
Can I... Guys!
The mechs that went into Abessa pretty much killed that whole party.
Nice hand
That is
grenade.
pretty suspicious.
I'm not gonna talk to Paige just yet. You're an outlaw? And you're doing this one-handed, huh? Hate it when I get pickpocketed while peeing. Wasn't there a dude just a second ago? I have a feeling that I'm not allowed in here. Energy reserve, meh. Locked chest. Let's see what you're offering.
Too easy.
Uh oh, there's a dude. Nice, thanks. Anything else? Old coin is not worth. I got excited. Could it have the shape of a ring? Yep. And yep. Thanks. Those are nice. Don't need no dining fork. Okay, that was decent loot. Hey, lady outlaw.
Got it.
Quit sneaking around. I can
Sorry,
see.
woman.
He's been chewing on that thing for days.
There's Rorik.
Those animals are just getting more and more dangerous. You're not that good at sneaking, are you?
Hey. Where are you going? You're just standing there.
I'll see you later.
Got it.
These berserkers don't have particularly much money on them, huh?
Quit sneaking around. I can see.
Sorry.
Idiot.
Got it.
Stop sneaking around.
Rorik, what do you say?
You're new here in the city, right?
Yes, I've just arrived.
I thought so. I saw you come through the gate, you see? Anyway, I want to ask you something, if that's alright. Have you been to Edan recently? To the Berserkers' city of Goliath, to be exact. A good friend of mine is still there.
Who's your friend?
His name is Kral. He's a guard at the Mana Shrine. At least, he was when
Huh.
I left. He thought he still had a chance to save his brother, Grimmar, from the Alb Converter. Do you know what happened to him?
I met Kral. He's doing well.
I met Kral. He's doing well.
That is good news. Then maybe I should risk going back to Goliath so I can try and get him out of there. But for now, I'm just glad to know that he's doing well. Thanks. And thanks anyways.
Tell me about your life in Edan.
Tell me about your life in Edan.
Me? I was a worker at the pit. You know, I extracted Elex from old machines so it could be transmuted into mana. I always wanted to join the Hooded Crows and learn the art of magic, but it wasn't to be. My parents forbade me from trying. My clan told me to stop trying. Not that any of that stopped me. And that's what got me banished. I stole mana from the shrine to try and learn magic myself. And I got myself caught. They sentenced me to exile in the Valley of the Damned, but I escaped. I'd seen the Dome City when I was sent on patrol, so when I left Edan, this was the place I thought of. And here I am.
I would like to learn Berserker magic.
Well, it's pointless asking me. I didn't manage to learn anything useful before I was exiled. You would have to join the Berserkers.
Nope.
They won't teach their magic to outsiders. But I don't know if I can recommend that in all good conscience. I left, after all. You will have to decide who you want to join.
Vivian sent me.
Is it about the technician job for the clerics?
Yes.
I'm interested, but I'm not sure that this is the job for me. I mean, I've not had much to do with technology. I've tried to learn since I came to Abessa, but I'm still only just starting out.
So now you've left Edan. What do you think about the clerics?
So, now you've left Edan. What do you think about the clerics?
I'm grateful they let me in. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them. I'm not a berserker anymore. I live here.
What experience do I have? He'd already said that.
What experience do you have with technology?
Well, back in Goliath, I used to take machines.
Yep.
Strange, really. My job used to be to get rid of technology, but now all I want to do is put it back together. The clerics make some incredible things. I mean, just look at the dome. That's an amazing feat of engineering.
True enough. If you get orders you don't like, will you run away from here like you did from Edan? Ouch.
If you get orders you don't like, will you run away from here like you did from Edan?
I don't know. But the clerics don't ban some people from doing some things and not others. If I want to learn about technology, they'll let me. They're the same with everyone.
I've heard enough.
Okay. Right. I'll see you then.
That's good info.
I saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
That's none of your business.
Then it sounds like you got in here illegally. As much as the clerics claim they control the gates, they really don't seem to be able to stop people getting in. And by that, I don't just mean you. Can you believe it? There are fucking Albs in the city.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Caleb. I lead the Berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Abessa.
You are separate from the Berserkers.
You are separate from the Berserkers in Edan?
We have kept our beliefs, but left behind the laws. We have set our own rules here. Well, none of us are allowed to return to Edan now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Edan out here. But they were cut off from Edan by the Alps, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Edan.
What do you have against the Separatists?
They are coming here, to our city. The only city
This is
with a
not
real
your
chance
city.
of peace among the factions. If it was up to me, then we would make sure these Albs went somewhere else. They might say we have the same goal, the same enemy, but I don't believe a word of what they say. Who says they aren't spies sent here to deactivate the dome? They can't be trusted.
You want to have all of the Separatists thrown out of the city, huh?
You want to have all the Separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I have already started to make it happen. I'll recruit anyone who'll help get this done. We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the Separatists exchanging information with the Alps.
Huh, that is
Traitorous
interesting.
bastards.
Who is this eyewitness?
Who is this eyewitness?
The Berserker Jorg saw Fenk meet with an Alb in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange information about the dome? Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an Alb from Zakor. So I have to jog Jorg's memory, or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that.
I can make sure Jorg stops denying a story. You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
No, never. You can't trust these Separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning.
Let's not throw out the Alps. Let's instead steal from Caleb. What the heck are you doing?
Got
You're
it.
not very good at sneaking.
Well, you say that, but look at my money. Just look at my money. You're in there. Hi. Ooh, bar.
I'm watching you.
Nice chest. You're watching me, you say. There's mana. What's back there? Is that a workbench? You have a real cool workbench here.
She took that secret to the grave.
Attention, thieves.
That is pretty suspicious.
I'll read through that eventually, after I've stolen everything.
I'm gonna keep quiet about that, no matter what they say.
You're a berserker with a gun. I love those.
You're not very good at sneaking.
Got it.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking what you have. Energy cells. Ooh. Mana. Up there. I don't see anything useful right now. Recipe. Okay. Hey. So many crafting tables. Are you kidding?
You're not very good at sneaking.
I'm going.
I'm going. That's where I came from.
I'll do anything for it.
Ooh, guards.
No,
I've stolen from you.
Not, are you? You're not that good at sneaking, are you?
You say that. I hear you say that. What's back here? That's a quest location. I'll have to follow someone back there. Or I could follow someone back there. It's not that I have to, it's probably if I sided with the outlaws, but I'm definitely not gonna do that if I want to join the clerics. Naira's records. You're Naira.
Got it.
Quit
Nice.
sneaking around.
Nice cash. Fink. You're the elf that's not trusted. Wow, these are slums.
Why are you torturing yourself over that?
Nah. I've heard that before. Don't mess me around, or I'll mess with you. Stay healthy, alright? Nah.
You stay healthy. Nah.
Wow, that was a serious waste of time.
Are you here to seek shelter or to cause problems? This area is a sanctuary for refugees. There's nothing here for reavers, recruiters, or troublemakers.
What's wrong with you? Have I done something to piss you off? I'm not a reaver.
I'm not a reaver.
Then I hope that means you're here to help.
Are you always so edgy? What brought you here? You're a berserker. See Dan trying to conquer Abessa? No, don't say that.
Are you always so edgy?
You know you wouldn't need to diffuse things if you didn't get people wound up in the first place. Damn, this is like being back in Goliath all over again.
What brought you out here?
This is a place away from the war. A place people could make up their minds without being pressured to join one of the factions. If the people here wanted to join a faction, they would have. But some people aren't ready for that. Or they've been cast out. They have to go somewhere.
So there's no faction in charge here?
Well, the clerics keep order, but it's not like the Horde where entry means you have to join them. Here you can forget about factions.
You're a berserker. Is he Dan trying to conquer Abessa?
You're a berserker. Is Adan trying to conquer Abessa?
I don't answer to Adan. And these people belong to no faction. They belong only to themselves. I stand as their protector against anyone who would force them to do otherwise. My only connection to Adan is my magic. I wish it was more, but wishes don't make things so.
Have you been exiled from Goliath?
Exiled? No. There are those in Adan who want to use my magic for their own purposes. Ever since my power started to grow, they changed me. Their mana changed me, and that change just won't stop. I'm becoming stronger and stronger. It is terrifying.
Are you kidding me? It's taken me over 20 hours to become a little bit stronger than I have been. And you're complaining about it? Wow.
If that's true, why don't you use your power?
I do, I have. But sometimes it overwhelms me. That's why I fight alone. If I lose control of a spell, there's a chance I could kill anyone and everyone around me. The warlords wanted to test me. Try my powers, to harness them. Now I need to find a solution myself. But to do that, I need to study the properties of Elex, to learn more about it.
I could use someone like you.
Use? There's a word I've heard too much. Well, count me out. I'm not interested in being used.
I could help you.
What do you know of what I need? What do you know of how to help me? Elex marks people. Mana, chems, exposure from food tainted by it. It stays with people. You have its mark on you. You're different somehow. What is it about you?
Chosen. I took Elex in the past. Is that what you're seeing? Or is there something else? I'm not different. You must be mistaken. Keep your damn questions to yourself. Let's be honest with her.
I took Elex in the past. Is that what you're seeing? Or is there something else?
Took it? You were fed it? You were an Alb soldier. Well, it seems we have something in common. We've both been fed Elex in one form or another. It's changed us. And neither of us know what that means we are now.
What do you think? My offer still stands.
What do you think? My offer still stands.
And what exactly is it that you're planning?
I am going to end this war by taking the fight to the Elexitors. And I'm trying to put together a group skilled enough to win that fight.
And you think I'll take part in this?
In return, I will help your quest to find the Elex you're searching for. Then you can improve your magical abilities. You said yourself, the longer you are here, the more you fear your powers will overwhelm you. The longer you stay here, the more danger you put these people in. If you really want to protect them, you need to leave.
Even if that's true, why should I leave with you?
I was an Alb. I know Elex and I know magic. I know the impulses that follow you even during sleep. I know the nightmares and the problems of trying to control power that really wants to control you. And I know what it's like when all that is taken from you. We can help each other.
And it's not like I have other options. Not in the long term. You're right. I'm hiding from it here. I need to get out there and find a real solution. I'll wait by the main gate, and we'll see if your actions can match your words. You should stock up here before we go.
I will meet you by the gate.
Just don't keep me waiting, or you might find I change my mind.
Nice.
That was remarkable.
Nice.
Wow.
Thanks for the mana.
Stop being an asshole.
That was remarkable. Well, well. Stop being an asshole. Yeah. Exactly. That's how I live my life.
Got it.
Sneaking around, yet everyone can see him. What an idiot.
I can just take that. That's a lot of cash. I can just take that. That's mana. That's the same separatist I just stole from. Nice hammer. There's books. Daryl.
Got it.
What in blazes? What in blazes? Those were 600 bucks. Daryl, what do you do with 600 bucks?
And treasures of travel, for it brings new encounters. So what are you? Merchant, bounty hunter, or a nobody like most people out there?
I was an Alb once, not in a faction.
I'm not in a faction.
Well, guess you're one lonely son of a bitch then, aren't you? Here, before you start begging for help, consider it a gift from the Duke. You gave me enough that I can share.
Keep your charity.
It isn't smart to refuse a gift from the boss. You should learn to appreciate his generosity.
How do people live here? Vivian sent me.
Vivian sent me to talk to you about the technician's job.
Yeah, good. And I'd like to apply for the job. And I'm willing to pay any price to get it. While I'm certain there must be people better qualified than me, there isn't anybody who will pay you as much as I will.
Yeah, but you're allied with the Duke. He gave you 600 and something charts.
How good are you with technology?
Absolutely crap. I don't know one end of a screwdriver from, well, a hammer, to be honest. But I'm a fast learner, and if I have someone I can ask, then the rest won't be a problem. And did I mention the whole financially rewarding aspect of selecting me as the candidate?
Yeah.
What do you think about the clerics?
What's this got to do with the job? This job is about technical and I can assure you that I am. And as for my interests, you can count on me being a pacifist. I want to do anything to avoid a war. And the better access I have to new information, the better equipped I'll be to ensure a war doesn't suddenly break out without anybody seeing it coming.
I've heard enough.
Okay. And remember to put in a good word for me with Vivian. I'll make it worth your while.
It's real hard to try and give me money to make a decision if you don't have any more. And I just earned. My payday was over. I'm through it. How much more do you have in here?
I can see you.
Ooh. I can smell you. If so, then don't. Toilet paper. It's the only thing. Don't do this. Nothing in here? That's fine. Is that another crafting table? What in blazes? How many crafting tables are there in this city? Must be like the 10th one. That's a little ridiculous. It's probably not the 10th one, but there have been a lot. You're an outlaw I haven't stolen from.
Got it.
Thanks. Hey, 15 bucks or something as well. I'm above 10,000 now, which is crazy. I haven't stolen from you. Guard? No. Don't do that.
Got it.
Stop trying to sneak.
Whoa, that was harsh. Attention, thieves. I'll take this note as well. Cool stuff.
Got it.
Whoa.
Carry on.
That is money. Why do I deserve it? Thank you. So much. So worth.
So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before I came here, but I hid myself in a crate and got brought up in the lift.
Got
Stop
it.
trying to sneak. I've seen you already.
I don't care about your story, random berserker.
Got it.
Thanks.
You got lucky.
Lady? Important business. No, attentive.
I better not. I've seen you already.
Hi, drone. Cleric's drone. Ooh, you look cool.
Yeah, well, maybe I
You're
got
York.
luck and skill, but what I haven't got is beer.
Ooh, that's a
Feel like
flyer.
one?
Yeah, sure.
Well then, follow me.
What the fuck's
Got
wrong
it.
with you?
York, talk to me.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out. So you can just turn around and leave.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The free rations. The free rations, as if there would ever be free rations. Ah, but you're not here for that, are you? then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... Well, I'm sorry.
No need.
It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerence between the berserkers and outlaws. Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed them. Why can't people just all work together?
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no. I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no questions asked. The domed city is our last hope.
That position to be in sucks.
So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No.
You put your faith in the wrong person. Because Caleb just wants to manipulate you. That meat did not look fried, but that's okay. This looks gross and yucky. Looks to be a place where loot can be found. Not here, apparently. Hey. Don't glitch me into anything, please. Ah. Yeesh. Okay, why does this exist? Will I get sick in this area? It's not poisonous, so it can't be that bad. Oh, plasma cells. I like shooty stuff. And that's the entrance. Alright. Cool stuff. That's her waiting outside. Before we continue exploring Abessa, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, toodles!